Hello, today I'm going to show you how to get an orbit in KSP, or Kerbal Space Program. To start off with, you're going to have to open the game. If you don't have the game yet, you can download it at www.kerbalspaceprogram.com or through the Steam store. As with all games, you're going to have to start out with looking at a loading screen. To be entirely fair, this is a bit more entertaining than most because they actually have little quotes at the bottom that you can laugh at. And then after a little question asking whether or not you want to help with bug reports, you are now in the game. You're going to want to hit Start Game and Start New. After this, you can name it whatever you want, but make sure that you select Sandbox as your game mode. Sandbox game mode allows you access to all parts without having to go through the science tree. If you want to, you can change the flag, but you don't have to. Now, after another little bit of loading, you'll end up in the Space Center. All of these buildings have different functions. For now, only one we care about is that big building in the center, which is the Vehicle Assembly Building, where you're going to build all the rockets you use. Click on it. You'll then find yourself in the Vehicle Assembly Building screen. This is where you'll build all your rockets. Over here on the left side of the screen, you'll see all the command pods you can use to house your Kerbals on their trips into space. On the top, you'll see a little box where you can name your ship, as well as a little blue square there meaning to create a new ship, the yellow one which is load a ship, and the purple thing which is to save the ship you're currently working on. You're going to click the yellow thing and then choose one of the ships currently in here. I go with the Kerbal X. You can make your own ship, but it's going to take a lot longer, and if you're just starting out, it's a lot better to go with a preset ship. And now here's the Kerbal X. It's the heaviest of the stock rockets, carrying 3 different Kerbals. The things at the right side, those are the different stages of your rocket. We'll talk about those later as we get to the actual launch. And now just a quick disclaimer, the following footage is not mine, it belongs to another YouTuber. And now we're on the launch pad, ready to launch your first rocket. Now before we get any further, we're going to have to go over quick things. Now, you see the orange things? Those are each individual stages. The little green thing next to the little engine icon on the very bottom, that indicates how much fuel is left in your engine. Now, to accelerate, you're going to have to shift up, or click shift until the little arrow on the center ball, the nav ball, is all the way to the top. Then click spacebar to activate that stage. Once that is done, you should see the rocket firing and you heading up. Now with that over with, we can start flying. Notice the big blue thing that I was talking about earlier when you were shifting up to accelerate the engine? That is called the nav ball. Now, to keep on course in modern versions, this is an older version, you're going to have to click T to activate SAS, which acts as sort of a stabilizing unit. You can notice on this rocket there are fins to keep it on course. It's having fins or engines that gimbal allow you to stay on course. Now, once you hit 10,000 feet, you're going to have to turn about 20 degrees to the left, or the first dark line on your nav ball. This is called a gravity turn, and it will allow you to reach the correct height and curvature for you to actually get into orbit. Now, as the green bar next to the engine icon runs out, you're going to have to click spacebar to switch over to a different stage, because you've just run out of fuel. Now, once you've reached around 30,000 feet, you're going to switch over into globe view by clicking W. This will switch you over into an orbit view, which will allow you to see where your orbit is going, indicated by the blue line here. The apoapsis is the highest point in this curve, and you're going to have to watch that. Once it reaches above 70,000 feet, you can achieve a stable orbit. Of course, some people like to go higher, as this person does. Once you've reached the height that you want for your orbit, you're going to have to click X to shut off your engine. Now, once you've done that, you need to find where the apoapsis is, and you're going to click on it. A left click more specifically. You should see a little icon popping up that says Add Maneuver. Click on the Add Maneuver button. You should now see a little circle over where your apoapsis is. Now you're going to want to click the green icon, which the cursor is currently over, and pull it. You should see an orange dotted line appearing around your spaceship, indicating the new orbit that you're going to. Now, once the orbit is where you want it, you're going to then see a little blue icon on your map. Now, by clicking the A and D keys, you're going to want to move your spaceship to that area. Then you're going to have to wait until you reach the correct zone, and then you're going to have to shift up until your engine's firing and the green bar to the right of the nav ball runs out. Now, congratulations! You have made it into a stable orbit in space.